Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it is your host with the most, Avery LR32 here, and it feels fantastic, it feels great, it feels refreshing to be back at my PC with my mic around my head and be making videos again. It feels fantastic, feels amazing, and I feel like $1,000,000. I feel refreshed, I feel relaxed. The cruise was amazing, and I will get those vlogs up as soon as I can if you wish to see them. If you guys do want to see them, leave me a comment down below once you are done watching this video, or even while you're watching this video. Just pause it, leave the comment if you want to see the vlogs, and continue watching the video, because I have a brand new project for you guys. That's right, brand new project, hot off the press. This is my third project now, I believe. We had Project Timaeus, and then we had, actually before that, we had Project Blue Eyes, before the structure deck for Blue Eyes came out. Then we had Project Timaeus, and now we're on to Project Toons. That's right, we got Project Toons now. So, as I was on my vacation, drinking a pina colada, I started thinking about Toons. Why Toons? Toons is one of those decks that is very unique in the sense that none of their monsters have to attack your monsters unless they have a Toon monster, which is 99% of the time not going to happen if you're the Toon player, because who else is running Toons? Exactly. Their one downside, though, to all these monsters is that none of them can be normal summoned or set, and can only be special summoned by controlling your main card, which I don't know why they made it a continuous spell. Might as well just made it a field spell, Toon World, and you have to pay 1,000 life points to activate it. And all the monsters are the same, pretty much. Toon Summon Skull, Toon Dark Magician Girl, Mangaroo Ran, Blue Eyes Toon Dragon. Monsters like them can't be summoned except by special summon while Toon World is on the field. Mangaroo Ran is different because you can sacrifice 2 monsters to summon it for a regular normal summon, or you can special summon it while Toon World's on the field. But all the other Toons that are level 5 and higher cannot be normal summoned or set, have to be special summoned while Toon World is on the board. And the deck, like I said, has its own support. They've got their own, basically a rota in a way, in the form of Toon Table of Contents that's always used in all the OTK decks like Exodia and all that to thin through your deck. Well, Toon Table of Contents is essentially a Toon deck's rota. You can add any Toon card or Mangaroo Ran from your deck to your hand. So you could play Toon Table of Contents to get you the Toon World, pay 1,000 to play Toon World, start playing a bunch of monsters. All of them do have the ability, though, to attack your opponent's life points directly if they don't have a Toon monster. If they have a Toon monster, then you have to attack the Toon monster. And then what else is there? And then some of them, since they're Toon versions of other monsters, some of them will take the ability of that monster, unless it's something like, Toon Gemini Elf, which, that's a normal monster, so it just gave it its own effect. But like Toon Cannon Soldier, the original Cannon Soldier says you can contribute a monster to inflict 500. Or I believe that's what I think Cannon Soldier says 400. No, it says 500. But yeah, so Toon Cannon Soldier took Cannon Soldier's effect, and then it just added on the Toon effect. It can attack the turn it's summoned. If Toon World's on the field is destroyed, destroy this card. While you control Toon World and your opponent controls no Toon monsters, this card can attack your opponent directly. You can contribute 1 monster and inflict 500 damage to your opponent. And all of them are also part Toon. So, Machine, Toon, Dragon, Toon, all that. So I just threw, 3 of each Toon into here, just to provide for the discussion. Cards that I really want to fit into the deck, obviously Pot of Duality for the consistency, and Skill Drain. The reason why I want to put in Skill Drain here is just for the simple fact that it is so insanely broken. And on top of that, because it shuts down so many decks in the meta, it will also shut down the Toon's effects of having to pay 500 life points to attack your opponent. So let's say you have Toon Dark Magician Girl and Toon Summon Skull on the field, and you special summon them both because of Toon World, and you activate Skill Drain. There's another 1,000, so you've paid, let's say, 2,000 by this point, so you're at 6,000 life points, and now you have a Toon Dark Magician Girl and a Toon Summon Skull. They can attack directly, but at the same time, you don't have to pay 500 life points in order to attack, period. So just something to consider there. It is a drawback, but it's also a plus in the sense that you don't have to pay 500 life points with each of your Toons to attack. So just food for thought, really. I'm just going to quickly go through each of the Toons here and talk about what each one does. Toon Blue Eyes is used in most decks like Exodia decks. As you guys know, I used 1 copy in my Self-Destruct Button deck. along with 3 Toon table of contents. But Toon Blue Eyes is the fact that it can't be normal summon or set, can't be special summon unless you control face-up Toon World, must first be special summon from your hand by tributing the same number of monsters required for a tribute summon. So I would say that this is probably one of the most difficult Toons to summon, just because of the fact that even though you're special summoning it, you still have to sacrifice 2 monsters and have Toon World on the field. So it's still a bit difficult to summon. This card cannot attack the turn it is special summoned. You must pay 500 life points to declare an attack with this monster. If Toon World on the field is destroyed, destroy this card. This card cannot attack your opponent directly unless they control a Toon monster. If they do control one, this card must target a Toon monster for its attacks. So, again, like I said, probably definitely the hardest Toon to summon. And like I said, they all have the effect that they can't attack the turn that they're summoned, which is a major drawback for this deck, because you play this big 3000 beat stick in the form of Blue Eyes Toon Dragon that you special summon, you sacrifice 2 monsters for, and now you have to wait a turn to attack with it, which is, something I want to try and work around with skill drain. And again, it also shuts down your opponent's effects. Toon Defense. When an opponent's monster declares an attack targeting a face-up level 4 or lower Toon monster you control, you can make the attack a direct attack instead. I would say it's probably one of the more bad cards in Toons, just because of the fact you're not really accomplishing anything, unless you're running cards that say, like, when your opponent attacks you directly, you can play this card's effect, and then do, so-and-so effect. So Toon Defense is good in that regard, but other than that, all you're really doing is protecting your monsters, which isn't really necessary. So I don't see myself running Toon Defense in the deck, just because it doesn't really do anything for you. I know some older builds used to run Enchanting Javelin, because it essentially left your life points at a neutral. Like, your opponent would attack, like, let's say, Toon Mass Sorcerer, and you would activate Enchanting Javelin, and then you would gain life points equal, I think it's like equal to the opponent's monster's attack points. Increase your life points by the attack of one opponent's attacking monster. So if they have, like, let's say a Fire Hand on board and they're attacking to your Toon Mass Sorcerer, you would gain 14 and then take 500. So kind of an interesting card. Lance gets around it, I think. No, I don't think it does, because Enchanted Javelin doesn't target the monster. But just some other card to consider. Toon Gemini Elf. Same thing. This card cannot attack turn is summoned. If Toon World on the field destroys this card, while you control Toon World on your opponent. Same thing. Toon World on the field, if it's destroyed, it gets destroyed. That's the same thing for all the Toons. You get rid of Toon World, basically the whole deck is screwed. You lose all your monster presence. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card inflicts battle damage, your opponent discard 1 random card from your opponent's hand. I think this is the best Toon out of all of them, just because of the fact that it's a free normal summon, it's a 1900 beat stick, and it can attack your opponent directly regardless if they have a Toon monster on the field or not. And then they lose 1 random card out of their hand. So I could definitely see myself running 3 of these in the deck. Toon Goblin Attack Force. Same thing as the original Goblin Attack Force. If it attacks, it's changed to defense position at the end of the battle phase, and its battle position can't be changed until the end phase of your next turn. It can attack the turn it's summoned. Toon World on the field is destroy it. And then if your opponent controls no Toons, you can attack directly with it. If they do, then you have to attack the Toon monster. And yeah, and it's got the same stats as Goblin Attack Force. Then Toon Mass Sorcerer. This card cannot attack the turn it's summoned. Same thing with Toon World. If it's on the board, it gets destroyed. This card can attack your opponent directly. When this card inflicts battle damage, your opponent draw 1 card. So right now, I'm definitely considering 3 Toon Mass Sorcerer and 3 Toon Gemini Elf, just because both of them can attack directly. Toon Gemini Elf, your opponent discards a random card, and then you get to draw a card with Toon Mass Sorcerer. So definitely really good, since they don't have that drawback that, the others do. And I don't think you have to pay, you don't have to pay 500 for Mass Sorcerer or Toon Gemini Elf. So already these are looking like they're pretty good. Then Toon Summon Skull. This card is always treated as an Archfiend card, same thing as Summon Skull. Can't be normal summoned or set unless Toon World's on the board. Must first be special summoned by treating the same number of monsters. So same thing with Blue Eyes and Toon Dark Magician Girl. You still have to sacrifice the monsters. This card cannot attack the turn it is special summon. You must pay 5 life points to declare an attack with this monster. And then it can attack directly. And yeah. And then Toon Mermaid, another level 4. Must first be special summon. I don't know why it has in here by treating the same number of monsters, normally 0. Maybe the original Mermaid is level 5, I'm not sure. And except you have to pay 500 with this one. So I wouldn't particularly want to run this. But if I'm already running 3 Toon Gemini Elf, 3 Mass Sorcerer, and 3 of these, I wouldn't really mind paying 500 every now and again to attack. Which, again, you know, skill drain in life and increasing cards would come in handy. But yeah, just something to think about, you guys. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really want to try and make this deck good. If you guys have any suggestions for this project, let me know in the comments. You know, give this video a like if you want to see more of Project Toon. And I will definitely work with this deck and, you know, put up the results for you guys. Would definitely love to see some feedback in the comments, because this is definitely a deck that has not received any sort of love at all whatsoever. It's just something from the anime that they put into actual cards. And, I mean, the cards have decent stats. I mean, a level 6 monster that has 2500 isn't that bad. And, I mean, you are special summoning it. So, all the cards, or most of the tunes anyway, are like Lava Golem in a sense, where it's a special summon, and yet you're still having to tribute your monsters, which isn't that big of a deal. Like, I mean, you could go, like, let's say if you have 2 Toon Goblin attack forces on the field, and you go sack off both, special summon 2 Toon Summon Skulls, and then you can just overlay right into a 6. So, you know, something interesting in there. And then also, you know, pendulums are also a thing now. So, like, let's say if you have Toon World on the field, and you've got, like, let's say, you know, a pendulum scale of 1 and 8, you could special summon all of these without having to tribute. So that is a way to work around the tribute side of it. And then, of course, you would also need to run cards that, you know, like Dark Bribe or something like that to protect your Toon World, because as soon as your opponent sees Toon World, they're just going to be like, oh, okay, I just have to keep that off the board and I win. So, like I said, probably one of the reasons why they should have made it a field spell would make it a little bit better, and if it wasn't just a minus, really, in running, because, like, you're essentially minusing yourself by 3, since you have to run 3 copies of the card, because it doesn't do anything for you, other than it's a continuous spell, takes up a spell and trap card zone, and you have to pay 1,000 life points to activate it, and then it doesn't do anything else, it just sits there, and then you can play all your monsters while it's on the board. So anyways, just a little discussion video for you guys. If you guys enjoyed, like, favorite, be appreciated. Let me know if you want to see my vlogs and my vacation in the comments. Let me know what you guys think about Toons in the comments, and I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.